In today's tutorial, let's work on the hibernation blanket together, another free pattern available by Yarnspirations.com. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today's tutorial we're going to work on the Hibernate blanket using Bernat blanket yarn. You can also substitute with Bernat baby blanket yarn as well, and they're both the same yardage and the same material, but they're just different colors of shades. So what we have here is a very comfortable afghan to make. It's really quite nice. You're going to need a crochet hook, a big one, a size N or a 10mm crochet hook. And if you want to do this exact size that you have here, it's 52 inches by 60 inches long. And to do this, that you need 4 balls of the pale gray, you need 1 ball of the dark gray, and then 1 ball of the vintage white. So in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to change the sizes if you'd like to make it bigger or smaller, and I'm going to get you started because there's really only 3 rows that you have to know, and then these instructions is if you want to make it a striping effect, if you want to do that as well. And then around the end what you have here is just 1 single crochet around the perimeter at the end of it. Very easy to do, and it's really quite an easy afghan. I can't even say it's any easier than this. This is almost a beginner level. It says that it's easy, but I think it's almost a beginner level as well. So without further ado, let's grab our crochet hook. I am going to be changing the yarn to blue today so it's easier to see with the white background. So let's get started on this pattern. If you'd like to do the exact thing in the pattern, you're just going to chain 106. Now everybody else that would like to change sizes to any other sizes that you wish, and you just have to chain it out to get to the size that you wish, you have to keep it an even number. So it could be 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Just keep it an even number and it will work out for you. So for today's tutorial I'm just going to do a small sample just to show you how to do it. So chain 106 if you like this, and everybody else just chain an even number. Okay, so let's start off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I almost had 11 there. 11 and 12. Now that's an even number, so I know I'm going to be safe with this particular pattern. So you can go any size that you wish, and then if you're not sure what size you want, just lay the chain down on something that you want to match, and that's how you go. Remember, the bigger the chain that you do, the more yarn you will use. So within let's get on with row number 1. So row number 1, we're going to start off with second chain from the hook. So just look at your hook and just see there's the first chain, go to the second, and just turn it over and get the back loop only of that chain, and I want you to single crochet. Okay, now I want you to chain 1, okay, and I want you to skip the next chain, and it's turned up and you can see it here, and go to the second one over and single crochet. Okay, then I want you to chain 1, skip the next one, and go to the second over. Okay, so you're gonna skip 1 and then single crochet into the next, and you're gonna do that all the way across your chain. So chain 1 and then single crochet in the second one over, chain 1, single crochet second over, okay, chain 1, single crochet into the second one over, and you notice then you are going to have right to the end, and so you'll notice that you'll single crochet right into the final stitch that's available to you. So this is what it looks like right now. Okay, so you started off with the single crochet on this side, you ended up with the single crochet on the other side, and then single crochets with chain 1s in the middle that are skipping. Let's go on to row number 2. Turning our work, there's going to be 2 rows that repeat each other, so this will be row number 1 of the repeat, so it's actually row number 2, but there's 2 rows of repeats, so just always remember this. So you're going to chain 1 to start, and you're going to single crochet in the first single crochet that's directly right below it. And now it says to single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Okay, so go right into the space and single crochet in, and now we're established the pattern then going across. So what we have to do now is that we have to chain 1, skip the next one, and single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Okay, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So it's only the first time you have to worry about just getting this one right in the edge, and you're gonna come all the way across the top of this, okay, and you're gonna get to the end and you're gonna go into the last chain 1 space, but you still have a single crochet to worry about, so you're still going to put in a single crochet right into the end. So on row number 2, whenever you're repeating this, you're gonna have 2 single crochets in a row, and then you're gonna start the chain 1 spacing, and then you'll end up with 2 single crochets in a row at the end. Okay, so that's row number 2. So let's move along to row number 3, and then let's show you what that row looks like. So let's turn our work and do row number 3. So you're going to notice then you got a single crochet, then the chain 1 space. Okay, and then you got your spaces all the way across, and then you end up with 2 at the end. So in row number 3, what's gonna happen here is that we're gonna establish it just like it was this chain. So we're gonna chain up 1 first, single crochet into the first one, and now you're going to chain 1. You're gonna skip the next single crochet and go right into this chain 1 space, and then just repeat the pattern all the way across. So chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, and keep doing that all the way across. So because you're working in these chain 1 spaces, it goes really easy. Eventually you'll get to the other side and you're thinking, okay, you got 2 single crochets in a row here. There's no more spaces left. You were gonna chain 1 and then just immediately just single crochet into the final single crochet. So you're jumping over that second single crochet like you did at the start. So let's turn our work and just review row number 2 once again. So I'm gonna review 2 and 3 all over again. So we're gonna turn our work, chain up 1, single crochet into the first one, okay, and single crochet into the next chain 1 space, and then repeat the pattern and going all the way across. So chain 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1. So you're just playing within the spaces. Okay, you're gonna do that all the way across. So now the only stitch left is the single crochet, which you just have to single crochet in there. So that gives you the 2 single crochets back in a row again on the beginning and the end. So turn our row, let's do number 3 all over again. So we chain up 1, single crochet in the first. Okay, so the single crochet is here, here's the chain 1 space. You're gonna chain 1 and then just go right for the space, and then keep repeating the pattern across just within the chain 1 spaces. So as long as you can understand that you have 2 different rows that you gotta play with and it depends on these spaces, then you're laughing, and that's what makes this a very quick afghan to play with. So chain 1 and just go right to the final. Okay, so when you're done this afghan and you get it to the size that you want, all you just need to do is just circle it around the afghan with some single crochet. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so to do the single crochet around, you're just gonna chain 1 and then just work yourself evenly down an edge. Now because you've done single crochet, the stitching is pretty much every row. So every row you're gonna have a single crochet going down. So just look at the end of the row and just look at it and eye it up. So on the corners, what you're going to do for that is that you were just gonna continue to go around. Okay, so you're just gonna, in the corners I would put 3, it doesn't say to do this, but I would put 3 single crochets in to turn the corner and then work yourself down. So you're gonna have a space first, and then the next one is a stitch and a space and a stitch, a space. So you'll end up with these gapping at the end, and that's just because it's the way that the pattern is presented, and that's just the nature of this pattern. So don't be alarmed with that. I'm not alarmed, and it's part of the character of the blanket. So I'm just continuing to circle around. So what are we gonna do in the corners when we get there? Okay, you just put in 3 single crochets into the same one, and then come up the side. So just again, just follow the rows down, and you can just equally space them. So I'm not counting, I'm just looking for the rows. In the corner again, just come in the corner, 3 single crochets to turn the corner. It does a nicer look if you do that. And this one here, you're gonna have the spaces again. So it's gonna be space and then stitch. So space and stitch. So you can see that you're gonna have the gapping spaces like you did at the top as you do the bottom. So that's what keeps it equal for the appearance. Okay, so that's how you would do this particular afghan. It's not a very hard afghan, to be honest with you. It's extremely popular, this one. Everybody seems to be doing it. So right where you started, just throw in 2 more single crochets in there. Join it to the first one with the slip stitch like so, and there you can see this is a miniature version of that big afghan, and it's really quite easy to do. So just trim your work at this point. And just pull it through the loop. And what I would try to do if I were you is that see if you can get this through a darning needle if you have one that can do it. Okay, so I got a darning needle here. Just force it through. And remember, your work can never fall out is if you put it in and out 3 times. So just across underneath the stitches. So 1 and back in the same direction from what you came, but just go in a different area so you don't go down the same path. So 2 and then coming back one more time for 3. And therefore you can safely cut out your yarn right to the project, and you will never see this tail ever fall out because you've gone 3 times back and forth. So this is how you do the Hibernate blanket. I hope you enjoy, and you'll notice that this will go as fast as it did here on the tutorial. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.